We start in half an hour after a bit of feeding in the multi-species tank. See you there. Hey there, guys and girls. Only 15 minutes left of this feeding before the interview starts. See you there.
Here.
Right, can you hear me now? Give me a comment if you can hear me now. I'm having a bit of a technical issue, we could say. Right, now it's going to go black for 2 seconds whilst the camera changes. 2 seconds. Right, that should be me back in. Right, here we go. Right, welcome to the Picnic Table Ant Chat, episode 8. I apologise for all the technical issues that we've had. Tonight I've got with me Michael from Mantis NI. If you want to go ahead and say hello, Michael.
Hello, everyone.
There we go. Brilliant. We can hear you. How are you tonight, buddy? You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Good. Right, so as always, we got a load of questions lined up for you, and we can't wait to see your awesome collection. So we're just going to crack on with it and get some awesome answers out of you. So first, what do you sell and when did you start doing it?
We started back in April. We were selling ants equipment, nests and stuff, and then we ended up moving on to Mantis. Once we got our first Mantis, we sort of just stuck with those. And now from January, we've just moved over completely to Mantis.
Okay, so how's that going for you? Do you enjoy it?
Yeah, we enjoy it. That's what we're planning on sticking with now, is the Mantis. We found something we enjoy working with, and I think we'll just stick with that for the meantime.
Yeah, I mean, that's super cool. Is that one you've got just in front of you? What's that right there?
Yeah, that's one of the dead leaf females.
Awesome. So, what do you actually own yourself? What do you consider a pet, or what do you consider stock?
Yeah, well, all the mantis sort of become pets because you keep them from young nymphs, and then you bring them up to adult, and then hopefully get them bred at the end of it all. So I'm working with about, I think, 22 species at the minute.
Wow. So does that take a lot of work?
Yeah, it's pretty much a full-time job looking after them. Work full-time, and then coming home, spend all evening feeding, and then all weekend pretty much dealing with them.
What sort of things do they eat?
Take any insect that sort of moves. Mostly flying. Sort of blue bottles, green bottles. Younger nymphs would be on fruit flies. And you could feed them the likes of locusts and things there as well.
Okay, so they're really good hunters then.
Yeah, sort of if it moves, it'll grab it. Especially the giant Asian will take off locusts and everything.
Yeah, I was going to say the giant Asians are obviously quite well known for their abilities to dismember most things. Do all species kind of share that characteristic?
Yeah, they're all pretty much the same. There's some smaller species that will only go for the likes of aphids and sort of springtails and things, but the larger species just take anything that moves, literally.
That's pretty cool. So if you put them next to an ant colony, it would devastate the ant colony.
Yeah, they'll study it and wait for the right opportunity and go in and steal an odd worker.
Okay, okay. So they're really smart about the way they hunt.
Yeah, the study, they actually watch the flies and they learn their flying pattern. And once they figure out their flying pattern, then they'll wait for the right opportunity and grab it.
Wow. So that's really interesting. So have they got really good eyes, like really great ability to see then?
Yeah, they've actually, I think it's 5 eyes they have.
Wow, okay.
The full 360 vision, more or less.
Wow, that's really cool. So, like, as a hunter, that gives you top ability, really, seeing all the way around. I can see in the comments there, it will go through your finger. Is that quite a regular occurrence?
It's not too bad, no. I haven't been bit by one yet, but there is people has, but lucky enough I haven't, and I'm handling every day.
Yeah, okay. Would they hurt? Would they draw blood if they did bite you?
Yeah, they can do quite a bit of damage, but lucky enough they wouldn't really bother with a human.
Yeah, yeah. Obviously, we're so big to them. What's the point?
Yeah, sometimes they try and nibble on you. They try and drink off your skin. They must feel the moisture.
Yeah,
They try and have a wee
quite
nibble or
possibly.
something for a wee drink.
And the salt from your sweat and stuff, I'm sure they enjoy that.
Yeah. But there's some people that they'll have a wee nibble and then eventually they'll draw blood, but when you're not expecting, they must maybe get a wee taste.
Yeah.
Stick their teeth in, but normally they wouldn't bother.
So what sort of enclosures do they require? What are the like general requirements for keeping mantis?
Sort of the basic rule: you have 3 times the height of the mantis, 2 times the width of the mantis, and then it's just make sure you have plenty of airflow, and then moist lid for them to hang from, the moat and stuff, and just make sure there's plenty of room for them to molt, so there's no obstacles or anything in their way.
Yeah, okay. So quite a nice open enclosure, not like you say, not too many obstacles and like not overgrown.
Yeah, some people add too much sort of low down area or low down obstacles. You don't want them hanging down too low. You want high up branches and mouse on the top and just plenty of space so they're not going to end up molting and touching something.
Yeah.
Or if they molt too low down and touch the ground or something like that.
Yeah, so what would happen if that happened?
Well, whenever they come out of their actual shell, they're basically very soft and fragile. If they touch anything at all, once they start to harden again, they harden all misformed and out of shape, and normally they end up down. If they can't use their front arms to catch food and stuff, they can't fend for themselves, and sometimes they'll lose legs and stuff. And just so even some almost bent and double. They've sort of failed and hardened in the shape they've landed in. And
wow. So yeah, so it can be quite devastating. So getting the right height for your enclosure is very important then.
Yeah. Just people sort of make the mistake of just overcrowding them with deadbolt and stuff. It's better just leave plenty of room.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I would probably make that same mistake, not knowing what to do. I would want to put like loads of cool branches in there and make it all, like say, overcrowded, and you just don't need that.
Yeah. That's one of ours here.
Yeah, this is really cool. I wanted to have a good look at this.
Plenty of space, and then the mesh lid.
Yeah.
Most of them will just hang out on the top of the lid anyway. And then some of them can't climb flat surfaces and stuff, so you need to be quite careful with the species and stuff that they're able to climb flat surfaces.
Okay. Okay.
The likes of these acrylic exploders as well.
Is
they can't climb flat surfaces.
So, is there massive variation in the species? Like, do some prefer dry climates, some prefer wet climates, or are they all mainly sort of the same thing?
No, there's a good variation in them. There's a lot of African species that are dry and need very little humidity, and then there's other rainforest species that sort of more 25, 26 degrees, but very high humidity.
Okay, so they're basically widespread, you know.
Yeah, yes. There's even species there that need 90 to 100% humidity.
Wow.
Next to the moss mantis and stuff, need plenty of sphagnum moss and stuff in their enclosures, and just lots of dampness.
Well, that's really cool, actually. 100% humidity is just like raining, basically, isn't it?
Yeah, with most mantis just living in a swamp.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah, I suppose that is their sort of natural environment, isn't it?
Yeah. Then the
So,
African
can you
species, they need
recommend like a starter species?
the giant Asian would be the best overall starter species. It's a good range of temperatures and humidity. You can't really go wrong with them. Sort of
Okay.
anything from your normal house temperature up to about 26, 27 degrees suitable. They're good hardy species that will survive in a good wide range.
Okay. So, what about if you make like mistakes? Are there many mistakes that you can make in the beginning of the hobby?
Well, your humidity is the biggest, and the temperature. Those are the two most important things. You get the humidity wrong, then that's when you get mismoltens and stuff. There's some
Yeah.
species if they're too damp, then they can't break out of their exoskeleton properly. And then there's other ones if it's too dry, then they can't slide out of them properly. There's different methods of bolting.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So it's really important to do your research, as always. We say with pets.
Yeah.
Brilliant. So, what would be your favorite species?
Yeah, well, at the minute it's the metallic mantis, just because it's something new I'm working with. It's completely different to anything else I've worked with. I think they're
Yeah.
more
Okay.
known for being they're more like a cockroach than they are a mantis, really.
Okay. Is that because of the way they look or the way they act?
It's just the overall. I think they're more closely related to a cockroach than they would be a mantis. But they are a mantis because they've got the front grabbing arms and stuff, and the raptors. But they do live in colonies and they prefer just tight hiding spaces and stuff like roaches.
Okay. Okay. So you say they live in colonies. Is that quite a common thing among mantises?
All mantis are basically solitary animals. If anything else comes in, they'll eat it. Normally, once they're born, they just scatter. And then when
Okay.
mating comes, normally the male will get ate then straight after mating. So they basically live on their own their whole lives.
Okay. So that's really interesting, actually. So why is it you think that these ones have decided to stay in colony groups? Is it like they work as a social structure, or they just do it as defense?
I'm not sure what the reason is. It's just even when they stay in colonies, they sort of still stay fairly solitary, but sort of hide close together.
Yeah. Okay. So it's probably like a defense in numbers sort of thing. That's quite interesting.
Yeah. Even the adults, when they have the babies don't go too far. They normally all stay together as one unit. But
Okay. Yeah.
there is still the potential of some babies getting eat, though.
I
I
was
think
going to
that's
say about the babies. Do they look after their young? Do they eat their young? What is that sort of scenario?
well, most people with a colony say they seem to keep the young with the adults, but they did say the odd one will potentially get eaten from time to time, but normally they do quite well. And normally do the obstacles are the objectives to try and keep a colony going and try and keep them all as one as much as possible.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. So let's talk a little bit about the products that you sell on your website. So what do you sell, and have you got anything new coming out that you want to show us?
Yeah, it was mainly just mantis. Do the food. I have those small enclosures there. I was thinking of adding sort of casters for blue bottle flies, green bottle flies, and stuff onto the website. Hopefully, in the next week or two. And then I've got my own enclosure line that I've had manufactured. Should be arriving the next week or two. At the minute, I just have the small enclosures. They'll be quite similar in style, but they'll have a front opening door and stuff, and there'll be a medium and a large size available. The
Okay.
large being 30 centimeters. They're
Wow.
quite big. It'll do quite a lot of other things also. Sort of people with dart frogs and that sort of thing. Suitable for those too.
Yeah. So that's really positive then. Like you say, suitable for multiple species, but having that front opening, I think, is going to make a massive difference.
Yeah, I think the actual Terra 30 centimeter, you're talking probably maybe 50, 60 pounds. These
Yeah.
probably priced in around the £30 mark. They're
Oh,
acrylic
wow.
plated. they're quite good value, and with the front opening stuff should hopefully be comparable with the actual Terras.
That's brilliant. If you can make a really good price like that, then that's just like they'll fly off the shelves, I expect.
Yeah, I was hoping to put sort of a package together along with the likes of a giant Asian Mantis or something for in around £35 mark. Be quite good.
Yeah.
Because if you're going out and buying an actual Terra with a giant Asian Mantis and up there, you're going to end up talking maybe £70-80 to start with. So if I can put the package together for £35, should be sort of ideal.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, mate, like that. Yeah, that's amazing what you're talking. Like I've been looking at Mantises a lot lately, and I can't decide what I want because you've got such a great range. Like I keep seeing you putting these new Mantises on the website. I'm like, oh no. I just keep thinking I'll hold off to wait and see what you put on next, you know, because I will get one soon though. Wait and see. So what is your sort of range of shipping? Do you ship to the UK? Do you ship to Europe? Do you ship to the Ukraine?
Yeah, well, we ship to all of the UK. I can ship to Ireland because I'm in Northern Ireland. There's no real checks between North and South at the minute anyway, so I can ship to the South of Ireland as well. I've sent out to Canada and stuff, but I wouldn't send live animals or anything like that. Maybe enclosures and stuff possibly, but I'm not sure whether it'd be worth the postage for them.
Yeah.
If they want it, they can have it.
yeah, that's fair. That's fair. So do you go to any shows?
Yeah, we're planning on doing your show in the end of August.
Yeah. I mean, we're really excited to have you there as well. It's going to be pretty awesome. I can't wait to see all the Mantises and like actually see what you bring along to show us. You know.
Yeah, hoping to get a good range of species ready for it.
Yeah.
It's just a bit of work. I'm trying to breed as much as I possibly can myself, so it's just a bit of a waiting game.
Yeah. That's sort of my plan as well. Just gather as much awesome stuff as I can and bring it along. And yeah, it's going to be a great day. Like I can't wait. We've got lots of stuff planned.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a drive.
yeah, definitely is for you. Are you going to come over the day before that sort of weekend time?
Yeah, I'm just going to have to see what way the ferries work and hopefully maybe get one the night before, maybe an overnight boat or something in the Liverpool and just drive down on the Saturday or morning or whatever it is. And hopefully there's one go back to that night.
Yeah, that's going to be a long day, but it'll be worth it. You know, it'll be worth it. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
So apart from Mantis, do you keep anything else?
Yeah, well, I still have a few ant colonies. Yeah, I've got some flower beetles there I'm working on at the minute. I'm hoping to offer them on the website soon. Just some African brick beetles.
Yeah, that's really cool. See, I looked at some sun beetles and things like that, but I never actually made the purchase in the end. I've just got loads of other random stuff.
Yeah, I actually got some of them and I managed to breed the first pair of them. So I have quite a few grubs and stuff there as well. So
Nice.
Yeah, hopefully if they sort of grow the colony, I can offer them for sale at some point.
Yeah, I was going to say that. Is that something that you'd look into selling in the future?
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah. Oh, wow. With the yellow colouring as well. That's really cool. Yeah, I like things like that. I like that a lot.
They're not the best for watching. They sort of just bury themselves into the substrate and you don't see them very much, but you get the temperature high enough, they'll come out and sort of wander around for a few hours and then disappear again.
Yeah, that's fair. It's a bit like my millipedes. I love them to bits, but you never see them. And my scorpion, like love it to bits, but you never see them.
Yeah, it's just something nice to look at for a few hours.
Did you get them as grubs or did you get them as beetles?
Yeah, well, I initially got the first one as beetles, but I traded some Mantis, so I did, and I got the beetles sent to me, and then just on eBay I managed to get a hold of the grubs then. And They've
Yeah.
recently just turned into the beetles, and then I've had the first ones mate there.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Now that's really cool. And like you say, you're breeding them now, and hopefully going to get loads from them.
Yeah. Well,
What ants do you have?
if you can't notice, Pichenkoi, and I've then of the Marmacarubra colony. Okay.
Nice, nice. Are they doing well?
Yeah, I started the Fichenkois off from just a queen. Came with two workers, but one died after a couple of days. So I had the one worker. First few months they were slow, and then about 2 or 3 months ago I put them on the heat mat there coming into the colder weather, and it just sort of exploded in growth. I think I'm up to about 20 workers now. Big pile of brood, plenty of.
No, that's what we like. That's what we like. What about the Mamakaruba? Are they doing well?
Yeah, they're doing well. There's probably maybe about 200 odd workers in there at the minute, and I think of 3 queens.
Wow,
So
wow.
I was quite lucky.
Yeah,
I got a few colonies of those. I got them to sell, but lucky enough, there was a 5 queen colony. I think a couple of queens died on me, so there was 3 there, but there was quite a lot of brood and stuff. So now they're up to about 200 workers.
that's pretty cool. I mean, my Mamakaruba colonies are nowhere near that, but I do still have my Rubida queen that you sent me, and that colony is still doing really well.
What sort of numbers is it on now?
Oh, well, actually, probably around 15 to 20 workers. They had them die off. They got up to around 30, maybe a bit less, 20 to 30 workers. And then they had a massive die off because of the enclosure. I put them in this natural enclosure now. It's like an Ants Canada large tower, and they're doing amazingly well. They've made a big comeback. So I'm quite happy with them, really. They're one of my favourite colonies to sit there and watch because they're always so active.
Yeah, that's what I noticed. You throw anything in at all, they're straight on top of it.
Yeah, that's it. They're pretty awesome. I can't wait to see them expand a bit further. So do you have any other hobbies apart from insects and things like that? What else do you like to do?
Yeah, we'll do a bit of remote control motorbike racing and
That's
remote
pretty
control
cool.
cars and stuff there too. But I've sort of took a break from that at the minute over the winter. It'll start again in April, so quite
So
busy over the summer.
is that like in leagues, like a organised event sort of thing?
Yeah, we'll have a Northern Ireland Championship. I've won it the past 2 years in a row, so I'm the current champion.
Wow.
So,
Well, we're speaking to a champion. I didn't realise that, but well done.
we'll go over to England there. There's quite a few tracks in England we head over till maybe 1 or 2 events most years we try to get over. And then the English guys come over then to us once a year too.
That's cool. Is it a big community of people that do it, or do you see the same sort of regular faces?
It's quite a small community. It's the car side of things is a wee bit expensive. Motorbike side it's not too bad, but it's quite small. There's not too many manufacturing motorbike.
Yeah.
Stuff that quite hard to get a hold of.
That's fair enough. I mean, it's a bit like the ant keeping hobby. Unless you're really into it, you're not into it, if you know what I mean. You either do it or you don't.
Yeah.
We've got a request here. Can you show the metallic mantis?
I was thinking maybe at the end of the show then see if I can get a hold of one.
Yeah.
They're extremely quick. I was talking to a guy a couple of weeks ago. He had one escape on him in the bookcase. He said he's been stuck in his bookcase for 2 weeks. Every time he moves, he tries to catch it, it just shoots off somewhere, and he's afraid of it getting more loose in the house. He's just hoping it stays in the bookcase till he manages to get a hold of it. So I don't want the same thing happening, but we'll see if we can get one out.
Okay, that's fair. So what would you do if one does escape? What is the general procedure to try and get it back?
As long as it doesn't shoot off somewhere, because the metallic mantis are just completely flat. If there's a crack or under a skirting board, anything at all, you'll never get it again. I had one today where the enclosure is sort of all cork board, but I have the cork board stuck to the glass of the enclosure. There's a small gap, and he managed to work his way up in behind it today, so we'll have to strip that to get back out again. Thought it was stuck initially. thought I had lost one completely.
Oh wow, wow. Do they get out very often, or is that like a really rare thing?
No, the enclosure's quite secure, but I was feeding them, and
Well,
one
yeah,
managed to slip. One managed to slip by and up the side of the cork boards, but lucky enough, it was still in its enclosure, but just stuck between the cork board and the glass.
yeah, that's fair. I'm just seeing that one. Is it hanging upside down there? Looks like it's hanging. I think Michael might have just frozen for a second. There we go. We're back. There we go.
It's just hanging there.
Yeah, just hanging there.
That's blue. They just pretty much hang upside down all the time, waiting for something to come along, date.
Yeah. So is that like they just eat constantly all day, or do they actually get full and just say no more?
No, well, most mantis will actually just keep eating. It's not good to keep feeding. You're meant to give them a 2 or 3 day break.
And it's stopped again. We hopefully be back. There we go. We're back.
Yeah, but I think overfeeding's a bit of an issue because they will just keep eating, so they do. So you have to try and you feed them and then give them a couple of days break. Sort of, you'd look at the abdomen, make sure the abdomen deflates back down again before the next feeding. You know, some people would just feed every 2 days or 3 days, but the whole objective is to try and judge yourself by the size of the abdomen.
Okay, so you'll start to learn by the look of the mantis.
Yeah, you can see it actually. Whenever after they eat a good big feed, you can see the abdomen swells right up like a balloon, and then after a day or two, it'll start to deflate back down again.
Yeah.
And then if they're really hungry, it just comes completely flat.
That's very cool. That's very cool. It's a good indication, I suppose. So do you have any plans for future growth?
Eating as much as I can, and I'll just keep trying to reinvest the money into new species and trying to bring some species in that's not been in the UK market so much lately. Sort of like these devil flower mantis, there's nobody can really seem to breed them at the minute. There is one guy has had his first successful breeding and has got his first ooth and stuff, but so far he hasn't got it to hatch, but hopefully he will. So
yeah, okay. So what is the breeding process like? Do they kill each other? Because quite often the females kill the male. Is that right? I'm not sure. What's the breeding process like?
it's not too bad if they're both mature and the female's well fed. Normally it's not overly bad, but it's more when the male comes to the getting off part, the female will try and grab him if she's hungry enough. Or sometimes I think they're genetically programmed that the male will offer himself at the end of it. Just to ensure that the female's well fed and got the nutrients and everything she needs to survive until she can lay the ooth, and just in case there's a shortage of food and whatever else. I think once the male mates, his job's done.
Yeah,
I think in the wild, generally after mating, they will die off. You know, normally by the time that they reach adult in the wild, I think it's becoming, you know, by the end of summer, coming into the colder weather, so they're going to die off anyway.
Yeah.
So I think the male's objective's to mate, and once he mates, his job's done.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably genetically programmed because at the end of the day, he's given himself as the protein which will start his next lifestyle cycle. You know what I mean? It will pass on his genes in another way.
Yeah, because that's the problem you have. Once the males turn adult, they practically just stop eating.
Yeah.
A lot of species that I've had, once they turn adult, that's it. The males just refuse food altogether. Sometimes they'll just catch the food, maybe just because it's annoying them. They'll catch it, kill it, and throw it down. They won't eat it. And they just get really skinny and weak. And all they want to do is mate. Sometimes once you get them mated, then they'll start eating again, and not too bad. But if you don't get them mated, they just die off.
Well, yeah, we are men, so we kind of understand that.
Yeah, a few species are literally the males have turned adult before the female, so they've refused to eat food, and after 4 weeks they've just died off before the female's ready. Lost a few that way.
That's a bit of a nightmare. Do you get many like losses in the hobby?
Losses?
Like, do many die whilst you're trying to breed them? Is it like a high death rate as such?
Not really, no. You lose a few to mismoults and stuff, so you do get them daddled. But as long as your conditions are fairly good, mismoults aren't that common.
Okay.
But breeding wise, I have lost a few males. Sort of they can mate for, sometimes they mate for maybe 12, 16 hours at a time.
Wow.
So if you normally sort of mate early evening time, so if you'd be heading off to bed and it'd still be mating, you get up the next morning and there's only a female sitting in the enclosure.
Yeah.
Obviously the male hasn't got away.
Yeah.
I've actually woke up one Sunday morning and came down and there was a headless male still mating, and the female was sitting with the head on her arms eating it while the male body was still mating. And then when she finished the head, she pulled the rest of the body around and ate it too.
Oh, wow. Wow.
But they have a brain in their abdomen, so.
Okay. So they've got a quite strange biology.
Yeah, they have a backup brain, so if the female eats the head while mating, the other brain can kick in then, and so the body can continue mating. I think they're just designed to survive.
Well, if you gotta do what you gotta do, I suppose.
Yeah, I think it's a bit like crickets too. Sort of whenever they're dead, the body parts still move and stuff. The body could be in several pieces, and all the pieces will continue moving.
Yeah, I hate crickets and things like that, just because you never know if they're actually dead. They can come back to life at any minute.
Yeah, the Mantis the same. They just play dead too. Sometimes you go to lift them out of the enclosure and they just roll upside down. You think it's just dropped dead the first couple of times you see it, and then it's just spring back into life again.
Yeah. I mean, my stick insects do pretty much the same thing. They play stick. They just drop down like sticks, like you'd expect. And then, like, you give it a minute and they'll just run off really fast.
Yeah.
So you have always been really active on social media and within your different communities. What is the Mantis community like? Is there a big community? Is it welcoming? We have a great ant community.
Yeah, it's quite the same as the ant community, I'm sure, but it is quite big. I just started my own group up because same as everything, everybody has their own groups and stuff, and different breeders and different groups, and don't really like other people interfering and stealing seals and stuff, as they say. But I started my own group up. I think within about 6 weeks we had up near to 1,000 members, and I think we're 4 months on now with 1.3 thousand, so doing quite well.
Yeah, really well, really well.
Yeah, just looked out and kept my eye out for people that were always active, posting regularly on the group, and just asked them to be admins, so just keeps it busy and active and helps it grow.
Yeah, and that's really what you want, because it helps that hobby. Everyone's interacting, sharing their experiences, and it's just brilliant for everyone to be involved in an active community like that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool. The way they walk is like they prance, if you know what I mean. Like, that's so cool.
Yeah, just move along slowly and try and blend in, I think.
Wow. Well,
So
yeah, that is super cool. So is there any species of mantis that it's like the rarest in the world? What would be the rarest species?
Well, everybody talks about the dragon mantis. There's a couple of different types of them. There is a guy in the UK at the minute has one of the types. It was a Stanophilia lobovertax he has at the minute. He's got his first adult today, so hopefully he'll be breeding those and have them at offer very soon. So they're very expensive, but I think he's quite a lot of money invested in them. But hopefully it'll be good to see him doing well with those. Something different in the hobby, and it'd be nice to see them available. But there is another dragon species, the Toxidera, but I think you're talking £1,000 per egg for those, and you could maybe only get maybe 5 to 10 hatching at a time. So some serious money.
Wow.
And then I think you need different bloodlines for breeding and stuff. So
Yeah.
you need to be willing to invest quite a bit of money to get those.
Yeah.
But hopefully somebody will maybe establish them.
But still, that's really super cool, actually. What would you say is the hardest species to raise for you?
Yeah, well, at the minute it's been the moss mantis. I've had no luck with those at all. I bought an egg and hatched quite well. I think a 28 hatch. Normally you leave them for 24 hours before feeding or interfering with them, let them harden up and stuff, and went to work the next morning, came home the next day, and there was only 2 left.
Oh, wow.
Literally all just passed away overnight. I don't know whether it was the travel or what, because they come from China, but I've had another pair of those and lost the female, the Miss Molt, as well. So they're species that I really want to get, but sort of had no luck with them at all.
Yeah. So if you could have absolutely any species, what would be your number one species to keep?
Yeah, probably I would like the moss mantis. If not, I would obviously love the dragons, but a bit out of my price range at the minute. But if I was able to get a hold of them, I certainly would.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, we've all got our sort of dreams. If money wasn't an option, if money wasn't the problem, then I'm sure we'd all have everything we ever wanted. I know I would. Have you got any advice for anyone looking to get into the hobby of keeping mantises?
Yeah, it's not an expensive hobby, so it's not you get into it quite easily. The mantis themselves aren't expensive. You can get nice flower mantis stuff there, around £7-8. The main enclosures aren't expensive. You probably get the full enclosure, the mantis, the full kit, for around £30 maximum, maybe even less. It's not expensive to keep them. Just that obviously with our weather, you're going to need a heat lamp and stuff. Some people say you don't, but you do. So they're exotic animals. There's UK house temperature is never going to be high enough, so just need to be prepared to buy a heat source, and everything else isn't that expensive, really.
Yeah.
I think just sort of don't overcomplicate things. There's some people there's just spent an absolute fortune on all sorts of things they don't need, and ending up losing the mantis just by sort of interfering too much. Or keep it simple and let it be.
Yeah, that's fair. So how often do you handle them? Can you get away with handling them like on a daily basis, or do you try not to handle them often?
No, I try to handle them as often as possible because you don't have to get very jumpy.
Okay.
Seems to be whenever you handle them, they actually seem, I don't know whether they enjoy it or not, but whenever you start to put your hand in, they actually sit with their arms up in the air waiting for you to lift them.
Yeah.
Actually, the giant Asian used to keep it in the living room, so whenever you'd walked in the morning, it'd have been sitting with its arms up at the door, and then it got to the stage where it was actually tapping the door with its raptor.
Oh, wow.
It must have seen the movement and knew it was getting out or wanted out, so it would sit and tap on the door until you lifted them.
That's incredibly intelligent, the way they learn your behaviors. Yeah, that is really cool.
I actually have. I'll see if I can get it out because normally it sits and waves at you when it wants lifted.
Wow. Yeah. Look at the size of that.
That's the biggest one I have. Need to watch this wee orchid mantis doesn't get it.
Yeah, you don't want to.
He's just laying there blended in.
Wow.
This literally looks like a flower.
See, that's that's really pretty, but so small compared to the giant. I didn't realize the size difference.
Yeah, all the flower mantis are very small. Orchids is probably one of the bigger flower mantis too, but
wow,
that's a sub-adult. One more moat to go, so won't actually get too much bigger either. Most mantis are very small. People don't seem to realize that.
Yeah.
Even the giant Asian there, he gets to about 10 centimetre. That's about as big as they go, really.
Wow. I'm just seeing here in the comments that apparently you don't need to keep them in an enclosure. Is that something that happens regularly? People just have them like a house mantis wandering about the house?
I don't know what.
I mean, people do it with rabbits. I know people have house rabbits that just wander about. I'm sure, like parrots as well.
Yeah, well, they've had a couple of ones escape when they were babies, and a few weeks later, have maybe left a tub of fruit flies or something to feed, and they're sitting on the tub of fruit flies, sitting trying to catch them. So they seem to do all right.
I'm just seeing this comment here from Wakushi, and good evening, Wakushi, and good evening, everybody. I will say hello in 1 second, but Wakushi is saying here he keeps a giant Asian mantis which lives free range on a plant in his room permanently. That's
I'm sure it wouldn't go anywhere. I'm sure if it was on a plant, it'd probably be quite happy just to sit there.
Yeah, like you say, if it's got everything it needs, then why would it go wandering, you know?
Yeah, they don't move about much. Normally in the enclosures, they just sit in the one spot basically all day and just wait for food coming along. So, especially in the summer when you have flies and stuff knocking about, I'm sure it'd be quite happy.
Yeah. Wow. So, do you name them?
You put your finger there, it just wants to come on.
Oh wow, yeah. So, do you name them? Do you give them all like a little name, like this is Fred, the giant Asian, or?
Yeah, I think I'm a bit much, but sometimes some of them get funny names.
Yeah.
Some of the Dolomantis, they have big shields in their arms, so some of them get called John Rambo and stuff.
Yeah. Okay. So, can you like tell if you've got like 10 of the same species? Can you tell the difference between them, or are they identical?
No, a lot of them's actually quite different color shades, different markings. Some will be very slightly different in sizes and things, And then obviously they moult at different times and don't normally all moult the one day and stuff. So
yeah, so that's quite interesting.
Yeah.
So we're getting near to the end of the questions now. So if there's any more questions coming in from anyone in the viewers, please send them in now, and I'll make sure they get asked before the end of the interview. So we've got a couple of questions here already. Do different species have very different personalities?
Yeah, some of them's very fast, and some of them's sort of slow and docile. There's other ones. There is very aggressive species too. There's some quite timid species that's scared of their prey and stuff. They'll sort of see a fly moving and run away. There's other ones see a fly and run after it. Like this giant Asian, he's quite a big friendly mantis. And I have budwings there. You move your finger in front of them, they try and grab a hold of latch on it. I think they're the ones that are well known for biting people. I think anybody that I've heard that's been bit by a mantis, it's normally a budwing that's done it.
Okay.
I have a couple of them outside there, but it wasn't for bringing them in because they can be quite aggressive.
Yeah, that's fair.
My partner, I didn't get bit by one. My partner was handling it, and it was sort of nibbling on her hand the way most mantis do, as if they're trying to have a wee drink from you. She was sitting there, she thought it let it nibble away. Next thing, there was blood drawn. So it took a bite.
Whoops. So do you prefer the aggressive ones or the least aggressive ones, like to keep personally?
Yeah, I like those giant Asian stuff, nice friendly one that you can handle and sort of have a play with. Sometimes at night you're sitting watching TV, you can just let that out and it'll just sort of sit there and climb about around you and sit and watch the TV. They're attracted to the light and stuff.
Yeah.
So if you're watching TV, it'll sit and watch it. Sort of like it's doing now, he's sitting watching the phone here, so he is. You can see the movement.
Yeah, that's really cool. So you say they're attracted to light. If you've got one sat there and you've got a light on in the other side of the room, will it slowly make its way over towards it?
Yeah, they do, yeah. Any lights at all, they'll sort of try and make their way to them. I think there's probably drones, really cool. Probably for the heat too.
Yeah,
But,
yeah, quite possibly.
it's not like ants. They need plenty of light, so they do as well. So
Yeah. So what would you say to someone who wants to start keeping mantises? That's quite an open question, but thank you, Shane, for giving us a question. What advice would you give to someone looking to get into it, basically?
sort of like I said, just do your research and try and find a species that suits you. Not some people buy mantis and then struggle to be able to meet the conditions and stuff. Better off seeing what you have, what the mantis requirements are, and get something that you can keep within its temperature and humidity ranges quite easily. And some people buy something and maybe their temperatures is way more than they can manage, or humidities are like something they can't keep control of and things. So sort of do your research and make sure that you're able to keep them. Sort of just ask plenty of questions and stuff to those that have them.
Yeah, absolutely. That's something we always say in keeping any pet is do as much research as you can and never feel stupid for asking a question, because there is no stupid question either. I always say that. It's really important, Just going back through the comments, making sure that we are catching all the questions. I think we have just about got all the questions. Is there any last questions anyone wants to ask before we finish the interview? And if you just want to show us a few more of your mantises, then you're more than welcome to, Michael, because we all enjoy seeing them.
See if we can get a metallic mantis. I have one here. Just hope it doesn't run away on us.
Oh, wow.
You can actually see it actually glows.
That's super cool. That's so different to everything else.
Well, that's the females are the red and green, and then the males are blue, like a really dark icy blue.
Yeah, that's so cool.
But they're nothing like a normal mantis. They're just completely flat. It's just to have the front raptors, which classes of the Anasa mantis.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Okay. So it's just those grabby hand things. Well, yeah.
Even the legs come out the side.
Yeah.
They're completely flat. And then you keep them the same as the cockroach. You keep them just loads of cork boards, so they can just squeeze in between all the cork boards. That's just the way they like it. Just lots of tight hiding space.
Wow. Oh, that's really cool. I love the colours on that. The way it like shines, and yeah, that's so pretty.
Yeah, people see the colours and automatically want them, but you never see them. If you buy those there and put them in an enclosure, they would just die in a few days. They wouldn't survive at all because they have to hide. They don't like being on display. The whole purpose of it is, to give them plenty of space, plenty of hiding room.
Yeah.
So if you're going to stick them in an enclosure, they're just going to scare to death, basically.
Okay. And that's the Metallica species, is that correct?
Yeah, there's Splendidus metallicus.
Splendidus metallicus. Wow. Okay.
I was quite lucky to get those. It was actually the last two pairs the breeder in Europe had, but just because I'm in Northern Ireland, I was able to get them shipped into Ireland because that's still part of Europe. That was the only way I was able to get a hold of them.
That's lucky then, isn't it?
Nobody in their right mind will post to the UK at the minute.
Yeah. We have actually got a question about postage from Dino. It says, when does delivery start up again after winter?
We've been delivering right through. Mantis quite hardy, so they are, and actually do quite well postage-wise. I've been posting all winter, no issues at all whatsoever. Just apart from Royal Mails having issues at the minute, so as long as it's sent special delivery on a heat pack and whatever else, there's no real issue.
Yeah. Yeah, that's, again, it's an important thing. If you are sending some of these inverts and stuff like that, then you need to know that they need the heat pads and things like that. Send them correctly and they should be okay, you know. Same as we do for ants. If it's cold, send them with a heat pad. We've got a question here from Shane. I think you did answer it earlier in the interview, but we'll just say it again because it's been asked. Will you be expanding and be doing more items on your shop soon, basically?
Yeah, I'm hoping to do more feeder products, more Mantis enclosures and stuff, and then I'm hoping to get into jumping spiders and sort of some of the beetles and things too. But yeah, I think the jumping spiders and the beetles most likely will be on it soon.
That's cool. I've looked at jumping spiders myself. It is something that I probably will end up getting. They're so cool and so cute with their big eyes, and yeah, I like jumping spiders. They're pretty cool. Can deal with that. But my missus doesn't like them. The missus is going to kill me when I get one, but I'm not going to tell her until it turns up.
Well, as I say, I have a phobia of spiders. Always see it at them, but just like the look of the jumping spiders, they look cool. So I got a pair of them, and once they came, I was okay with them. But they're far smaller than what you sort of expect. You can't really see them and enjoy them. You have to watch them through your phone to try and see them.
Yeah. I mean, I'm used to watching ants, so I'm sure it's like a little bit bigger than an ant, but yeah, they are very small, aren't they?
Yeah, whenever they first came, they were just two wee black dots. Basically, I had to get my phone, zoom right in on them to try and have a look at them.
Yeah.
They are cool to sit and do wee dances for you and stuff.
Okay. See, I've heard that they're really interesting to watch them hunt and stuff, but like you say, if you can't really see, what's the point?
I've seen them taking mealworms and stuff, maybe 3-4 times the size of them.
Yeah.
They just sit there and they study them as well, and then just leap onto them and start eating. You just sort of get in touch, jump straight onto the top of them.
So that's super cool. That'd be like, I don't know. I'd probably sit there for hours just with my tiny little phone, just watching, and like you say, watching and watching. So what's this one we've got here?
That's one of the giant moss mantis. It's Imagine Jello Motini. Let's see if we can get him closer. He's got colours. It's almost like an army pattern on him.
Yeah, wow.
Camouflage.
Yeah, I like that. I do like that. That's really cool. So what are they like? Are they an aggressive species or defensive?
No, they're very timid species.
Okay.
So whenever they're young, it's quite hard to get them to eat and stuff, so it is. They see a fly and they run away from it. That's the ones I've really wanted to establish, but I've had no luck with those so far.
Okay.
I think that one's another male. I think I've ended up with 3 adult males. I haven't had any females. So.
That's about right, you know, it's normal. But you are planning on breeding them, aren't you, if you can?
Well, hopefully I can get a hold of a female somewhere. It's just 3 males, and there's only one guy in the UK at the minute breeding those. So.
Wow, yeah, so they're hard to get hold of. And I expect he probably wants to charge a fair bit for them because they're hard to get hold of.
Yeah, I think he's the only guy having any success with them, and then he holds, obviously, loads back for himself to secure the next generation, which is the most important thing.
Yeah. I mean you gotta look after your own business, I suppose. It's a difficult position because something like that, you want to help it expand and like increase the amount of them in the hobby, the accessibility for them, but it's one of them. It's never going to get there. I don't think. It's always going to be a struggle and a push. Yeah. But I am going to say that's the end of the interview. I'm not going to ask you any more questions. We're just going to say a massive thank you for coming on and answering all my questions tonight. It's been really awesome. Thank you again, and thank you for showing us your mantises as well. You've really been interesting for us to see. I've never actually watched them like properly. I've seen pictures, I've seen videos, but actually seeing them interacting with you has been really cool and like mind expanding, I think is the word.
Yeah, quite good fun. You can sit and play with them for hours. They just walk about your hands and stuff. So nice little.
That is awesome. Is there anything that you want to say before I let you go?
I would just keep an eye out for our new enclosures and stuff arriving, because we're putting some good deals and packages together once those arrive. Some good competitive prices too.
Yeah. Well, if you keep me posted on it, I'll make sure that I put posts on my Discord and things like that when it's all available, and I'm sure everyone will be looking at getting something. By judging by the comments that were coming up, I think we've interested quite a few people in your mantises.
Yeah. All right, thank you.
No worries, buddy. Thank you very much for coming on the show. It's been an absolute pleasure, and we'll happily have you back anytime. I can't wait to see you at the exposition as well. Exhibition. I can't talk tonight. Right, I'll see you later, buddy. Thank you very much.
See you later.
And there we go. It is back to me. Hello, everybody. Thank you for signing in and joining me. I'm going to give everyone a quick hello. Stein, hello, buddy. I thought you weren't coming tonight. Thank you for joining us. You're awesome. We love you, Stein. Everyone loves Stein. If you don't know Stein, Stein's one of my moderators. He normally can't make these streams, but he does so much other stuff for me. He's absolutely awesome. We've also got Dino, my other moderator. Hello, Dino. I believe J-Man is here on Twitch as well. So hello, J-Man. All three of my moderators on stream at the same time. We have Insects with Chaz. We have Shane, Jazz, Katie, Antimatters. I'm going back and back and back. I can't even say, there's so many people here in the chat. If you want to say hello, give me a little hello wave, sort of whatever. Shane, you're absolutely awesome. Thank you very much for doing that. You're a star. I don't know. Stein, if you need to sign up, buddy, I'd fully appreciate you coming in, though. I really do. You're a star, man. What was I going to say tonight? I can't remember. Why has it started lagging again now? Why? Why are you lagging? Like, it's been fine for ages. I managed to sort it out. It was happy. Let's have a... Oh, my phone's doing stuff. That's why. Wow, it really is doing stuff. I've got a lot. Wow, here we go. Here we go. Wow, okay. That should sort it out. I had a lot of messages building up. Lots telling me I was muted, actually. So everyone who said I was muted, thank you very much. Still running on your last bit of sugar. That's exactly what I'm doing, Stein. I'm filling up a monster because I've got lots that I'm doing. Like, it's nearly the start of the month. And the start of the month, you know what the start of the month means for Ants on the Rock. There's the newsletter which goes out at the start of the month. The subscription boxes go out at the start of the month. Updates on the website happen at the start of the month. There's a lot of stuff which happens at the start of the month, apparently. I didn't plan that very well, did I? Like, everything happens at the same time. But yeah, lots of stuff going on for the next couple of days. And start of the month is going to be awesome. Answer the Rock by 17th of March. I would have subscribed to you at YouTube. Oh, yeah, awesome, Shane. The subscription service is actually really awesome. I can't tell you how many people have signed up to it, Stein. There is quite a few signed up to it already, but I can't tell you exact numbers because of what's the words called? Because of the law, basically, because of privacy laws and things like that. I can't go into numbers and whatever, but there's quite a few people signed up to it already. It's gone really well. I'm super excited to send out the first boxes this month. Katie's signing up tomorrow. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm super excited to send out the first boxes this month. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, it's going to be awesome. Obviously, it's going to get better and better. Like, the next ones are planned. They're in the works. The advanced one, the exotic one. Basically, this is like a year's learning course. Like, everything you need to know, absolutely everything is there in front of you. It's written down. Everything's given to you. It's going to be awesome. And then once you've done like your year's course, you can go on to the year 2 advanced course, or you can just skip ahead to year 2 advanced. You know what I mean? It's going to be awesome. There's so much to it. Can't wait. Can you tell? Oh, awesome. You're going to pay for that ding. You got to pay for the expedition as well. Yeah, don't exhibition. I cannot talk tonight. I can never talk. It always catches me on a bad night for talking, apparently. But so the exhibition is going to be awesome. Mantis, he's going to be there. We've got loads of great names and some great products. It's not just ants, like you could see. Ants is going to be the main theme, obviously. But let's pull in people from all these other communities and show them our ants and be like, hey, get involved. And, you know, because if you like mantises, why wouldn't you like ants? Same thing. Not quite the same thing, but you know what I mean. Shane, I didn't even notice that you spelled that differently. I've been saying it differently all day. Right, so went out today. Little story for you. I went out today and it was an amazing day, but the worst thing in the world happened. Worst thing in the world happened to me today. Right, so I went out, got the girls up this morning, got them up nice and early. I was like, right, we're going to go to town. We're going to go shoe shopping, clothes shopping, and then we're going to go get some food at a restaurant. By the time we actually got to town, it was pretty much lunchtime. The taxis were running late. It was awful, right? So we got to town. We went straight to the restaurant. Good evening, Soul Searcher 457. Thanks for joining in. So we went straight to the restaurant and we sat down. I went and ordered our food. I was ordering this massive breakfast that I've been going to the same restaurant for 20 years, right? Ever since I was young, I've always liked going to this restaurant. I tell you what, like back when I was younger, I used to enjoy going. You know, it's one of those things that you get used to going to the same place from your childhood, and you want to take your kids there. So it was really like, it means a lot to me to take my kids to this restaurant. So anyways, we went straight to the restaurant from the house, running slightly late because of taxis, right? Get to the restaurant, order myself this massive, big breakfast. Been waiting all day, looking forward to it. I order my oldest daughter exactly the same. I order my middle daughter, I can't even remember, something else, or burger and chips. It was burger and chips. Actually, it was really nice burger and chips. I'll tell you about that in a minute. And I ordered a bowl of soup just to like dip bread in, just because why not? You know, the kids like dipping bread. Keeps them kind of off my food a bit longer. So there we are, waiting. I drank my drink, so I went back to get a cup of tea. As I come back with my cup of tea, they're already there bringing my food. But there's only one fry up. Like, where's the other fry up? Apparently, when I ordered it, the woman didn't put it on the order. Right? Now, what would you expect in that scenario? In my opinion, like, I definitely ordered it. Data protection. Screwing data protection right now. But if that's what we were talking about earlier, yes, thank you. Data protection laws, I can't go into. I will talk about the subscription service in 1 second. Thank you very much, Soul Searcher, for asking. I'll just finish my little ramble story about this restaurant because it made me angry. So yeah, in my opinion, if you, as the restaurant, if you've messed up, you should like make that a priority order. Like, let's sort it out. Let's take the money. You know, go enjoy your meal. Because by that time, the kids were already eating, and they were, yeah. So I went down with the woman to like speak to the boss, and you know what the boss told me? Go get in the back of the queue, and there's a 25-minute wait for food once you order. I was devastated. Now, I won't swear on stream because I don't swear on my streams, but I was so angry. All I wanted was a fry up. So I said a few words. I didn't swear. I said a few words. I said, I won't bother, and I ain't coming back. After 20 years of going to the same restaurant, almost every time I go for a meal in town, I go to the same place. 20 years. Blown away because of their poor service. Not the food. The food was amazing. The burger was good. The food was good. But the service was so poor, and the attitude, yeah, not happy with that, not at all. So yeah, anyways, right, subscription service. Let's have a little talk about the subscription service. Let me wet my whistle first. Right, subscription service. It is pretty awesome. It's £15 a month. It goes on for a year. That's the beginner's course. We'll talk about the beginner's course. It's basically everything that you need for that first year of ant keeping. So it's, like I say, it's £15 a month, which works out at £180 for the whole year, which in relative terms isn't that much for ant keeping. What you get is you get 3 colonies. You get Lasius niger, Lasius flavus, and Mesobarbarus. Now, it's done in 3 stages. So the first stage is your Lasius niger. You'll get your Lasius niger, a fact file, fact sheets, an entire walkthrough which tells you how I've been raising the colony, how I've been feeding them, where I've got them from, pretty much every bit of information you need to know, how you need to carry on feeding them, your feeding regime, how to do things, when to do things, pretty much everything that you're going to need to know for the entire month is going to be in there. All the food's included, barriers are included. A couple of months later, like separately to get in the ants, you'll get the formicarium for them. And this is to help you teach to keep them in the test tube until they get the right numbers. You know, if I was to send a test tube of ants and the formicarium, you'd be tempted to put them in straight away. So keeping these 2 products separate just encourages that little bit of learning. Again, it's just teaching you that sort of method. And then stage 2 is the Lasius flavus. That's sort of a bioactive unit that you will get, and you'll get all the stuff for the bioactivity, all the foods for both colonies at that point, and more information. And then stage 3 is Mesobarbarus, which is going to be a completely different setup again. So you're going to end up with 3 different ways of keeping ants, all the knowledge that goes with doing it, all the formicarium that you need, all the food that you need for all 3 colonies. You get the 3 colonies, you get the fact file, you get loads of fact file sheets, you get 12 over the space of the year, so the entire like one every month. You get care guides, you get the walkthrough every month, which is written personally by me and personalized pretty much for every person in it. It takes me a while, but I'm dedicated. I'll do it, and you know me. Yeah, it is pretty much like, it's amazing. I can't say how happy I am that it's come together in such a good way that it has. Some awesome shops that I've started getting involved as well. So like you're going to get products from different shops with different business cards in it. So then you know where those awesome products have come from. You can go out and get them yourself from those shops. And you know what I mean? It gives you a great directory as where to get them. Shane, yes, thank you. I will message you. Yeah, running behind on that. My fault. But I'll yeah, message. We'll message after that. I am getting fiber optics very soon. Like the wife is upstairs basically sorting it now because this is crazy slow. Living on this island is killing me. Thank you very much. I do feel a little bit fresh sick, Shane. We won't go into the hair, but yeah, whatever, all good. Was there any other information that I can give you about the subscription boxes? I don't know. A lot of it is my own products, like the bioactive stuff at the moment is all isopods that I have grown myself. Springtails I cultivated myself. All the soils is stuff I do myself. A lot of the foods you'll receive are foods that I use myself. Katie has a question. Please do ask away, Katie. That would be more than welcome. The more questions, the better, because I'm trying to get it out. I did a video yesterday. The video was rubbish. I should have scripted it better. So I'm going to do a proper video and release that during the week, hopefully. You know, if you are halfway through the year and can't keep on, can you unsubscribe? Now, the issue with that is you can't, right? And I'll explain why you can't. It's because, yeah, like I completely understand, Katie. It is a big commitment for a year as well. That's why I try to keep price as low as possible. But say you get just the first month and then you cancel it after the first month. In the first month alone, you get like almost 3 times the 50. Yeah, you get a lot more money's worth than you're paying in that first month alone. So if you cancel it, I'm going to go out of business very fast, if you know what I mean. So it needs to be the entire year long to cover my expenses to send it to you, if that makes sense. It's the only real way of doing it, because like I say, if I was to send you the ants, the fact file, the formicarium, things like that, and then you cancel it, then like I'd still, yeah, it's one of those logistic things, but it's not really possible, I'm afraid. Does anyone know when the Ant Lady giveaway is ending? It's not something I keep in the put my hair away. It's not something I can remember off the top of my head, Shane. Top of my head, but no, I can't remember. Soon. It wasn't. Stein, the Ant Lady's having a big giveaway on Facebook, I believe it is. I'm not sure about other places, but check it out. Check out her page. Ant Lady's awesome, as we all know. The Ant Lady is awesome. Check out her page, because she is doing that giveaway. Yeah. Have you been looking? Has anyone looked at the exhibition page lately? A schedule's gone up. I got round to writing the schedule so you can see what's happening on the main stage, in the creator area, things like that, the meets and greets. I need to fill in more details of who's going to be in what place when, but the details are starting to get there. Gives you a bit of a feel of what's happening on the day. Yeah, the exhibition's going to be awesome. Has anyone got any questions about the exhibition whilst we're here talking about it? You know me, I'm happy to answer all your queries. What ant shops are ACC are actually going? Right, at the moment, ant shops, I can't say everyone because of data protection. Like it's actually really strict. I didn't realize it until I did a bit more research. But you can't just, you have to get permission to be able to announce them. And quite a few of the people who are coming have said they don't want to announce that they're coming just yet, which I can understand why. So but thank you very much, Stein, for coming on, buddy. We appreciate you coming in and chatting to us. As always, you're a star. Good night, man. But so far, I can tell you there's going to be the Ant Lady, and there's obviously going to be Answer Us. Answer Us is going to be doing a talk. He's going to be doing meets and greets. Chris is absolutely awesome. He's dived right in, wants to get involved with pretty much every part of it. So, yeah, Chris is going to be everywhere. Ant Lady, Answer Us are definitely going to be there. Mantis is definitely going to be there. There's definitely going to be me and KB. There's definitely going to be, I can't say anymore, but there's definitely a few more ant shops and definitely a lot more vendors. Put it like this, there is 10 vendors already. Like I've been saying that I was halfway full up. I am pretty much completely full up now. I might add a few more spaces. We might have 1 or 2 drop out. We might have more come in, but we do have 10 registered vendors now, which is really, really awesome because I only expected 10 in the first place. Like I say, I might have to expand it out, but we shall see. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have said all of that, but like it's really cool. Like we've got some great vendors like coming in. I can say all of that legally without going into data protection. We are getting towards the 10 vendors now. Like I say, I was only expecting to have 10. So there is still space. If anyone is a vendor and is watching this, send me a little message. It's completely free for vendors. You'd be more than welcome to come along still. Just give me a little message and we'll sort something out. Basically. But yeah, we are getting close to the 10. The 10 mark was like the goal, you know what I mean? But there's lots of wiggle room. But it's going to be awesome. There's also going to be food vans. There is going to be raffles provided by several different companies as well who aren't likely to make it. The raffles are going to be cheap. Pretty much everyone's going to be getting discounts. Like we haven't quite worked out how it's going to work yet, but everything. Burger vans, yeah, we're working on burger vans. I can't tell you exactly what the food vans are going to be, but there's going to be food vans there. We'll do a duck race in a minute. Yeah, ticket sales are going. To be honest, I'm not watching it. I'm trying not to watch it because you can sit there go mad at it. You know what I mean? I'm just going to let it flow. I've got so much work to do and time to invest in it. I haven't even got time to worry about how ticket sales are going. But if you all want to go get a ticket, it only helps the cause because all the money from the tickets gets pumped straight back into discounts. Basically, this is a non-profit event. I don't want a single penny from it. All the money that I get from tickets, I'm just going to like go round early on the morning or whatnot and just buy loads of products and chuck them all in the gift bags as well, because everyone who comes is going to get a gift bag. You're going to get loads of free products, hopefully some discounts. Some people are bringing exclusive products that you will only be able to buy there and then. They won't have them on their shop before or after the show. It's a there and then thing. So yeah, really exciting stuff. Like we've got some really cool stuff. I can tell you this one. And Keeper magazine is going to be there as well. They're really super excited to be involved. No, they won't mind me saying that they're going to be there because they're going to be writing about it as well in their magazine. So it's not exactly like a press release, you know what I mean? But yeah, and Keeper magazine is going to be there. Can't wait to have them there. They're absolutely awesome. If you haven't read their magazine, it's yeah, definitely Shane, bring your girlfriend and a daughter. Kids are more than welcome. Like I'm trying to encourage kids to come. You go on the website, right? There is tickets for under 13s. They're completely free. But if you can get one just to like for your kids, then basically it covers me for fire risks and stuff. I need to know how many people are in the building. So everyone has to have a ticket, whether it's paid or not. That's just the way it is. So yeah, but you're more than welcome to bring your bloody parents. I don't know. Bring everyone. It's going to be awesome, mate. I'm trying to convince everyone to come. I told my grandparents they should come, and they were just like, "Why do I want to go to an ant thing?" Like, come on. But yeah, it's going to be an absolutely awesome event. Like, I'm just setting up a duck race. Who's excited for a duck? Right. I'm not even going to look at the chat. Jazz is number 5. We got Antimatters in at, I can't remember. We're going to say 2. I'm going to say 2 for Antimatters. I'm not looking at the chat still. I can't even think. I know Jazz is going to be in number 5, though. We know that much. How many people are in at the minute? We currently have 13 people. Right, hang on. Yeah, kids under 13, 3. Yeah, only 2 years old. Not an issue then. Completely free. Right, so we have 13 people. We have 13 ducks. We have a 2-minute duck race. This is not for a prize. There is no prize involved in this. We have Wakushi needs to pick a second number, I'm afraid, because that number was picked. We got Jazz at 5, Antimatter 6, Michael at 3. Hang on, Antimatters can't be 6. Dean 6, all right. Shane's 9, Jenny's 2, Antimatters is 1. Wakushi, pick a new number, and we are about to go. Everyone remember the number that you are. It is important to you if you plan to win absolutely nothing. But it's not about the winning, it's about the taking part. And we have some awesome ducks taking part. Let's look at the lineup before we get going. We've got Batman Duck in the middle. Batman Duck is known for being deadly. He will save his last burst for the last 10 seconds, come up super fast using his Batman technology and his Batmobile. Down here, we've got Judge Duck. Now, Judge Duck is dangerous, right? He's going to come get you. He's going to throw away the key, and you're never going to win another race as long as he's behind you. You got Witch Duck, Green Duck, and Professor Duck. Now, these 3 ducks are good mates. They're going to team up on Judge Duck. And we've got a load of sort of plain-looking ducks guided by the Builder Duck. I'm going to say that's Duck Foreman. He runs the plain ducks. And out there in the corner, we have Purple Duck. Oh, we also have a sneaky duck here. But he's so out there, we just didn't see him. Right, so who's ready for a duck race? Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and off we go. There we go. Like I say, Batman Duck's for holding back. Professor Duck knows what he's doing. He's saving all his energy for the end. He's going to invent something that's going to make him go faster. That's what Professor Ducks do best. Sort of Thomas Edison Duck. Foreman Duck, he's got himself a little trowel. Gonna go build a wall after this. Wall himself in, never see the light of day again because he's embarrassed by how much he's losing right now. Falling right back. The screen's not moving. Oh, the ducks are frozen. Oh no. it hopefully come back in a minute. Just the signal is just awful. Keep up with my commentary. The green dinosaur duck is at the front, closely followed by Witch Duck in number 1. Hopefully it will catch up in a minute. Witch Duck still leading. We've got number 3, Judge Duck, closely behind. Number 2, number 4 coming up. We've got 40 seconds left. Number 1's just falling back. Professor Duck has moved up to the front of the line. Everyone's starting to fall back. Ready? We're getting ready. Last 10 seconds. I'm so sorry about the lag, everyone. Come on, Ducks. Give it all you got. Go, Duck. Batman Duck is giving it his all. I told you that was exactly his plan. He was waiting for the last 10 seconds. Well done, Batman Duck. You came in at the last 10 seconds and absolutely smashed it. That is how it's done. Well, I'm so sorry about the awful lag situation. Like I say, we're going to get all of that sorted. It's my fault. I've been doing so many other things. I don't remember until I sit down and start streaming that my internet is rubbish. It's my fault. But I hope you appreciate everything else that I'm trying to do and will let me off a little bit. Cut me a bit of slack. Like, I'm busy all the time at the minute. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. But well done. You did win absolutely nothing. I'm not going to be staying on massively long tonight. I'll probably stay on till either 10:30 or 11, depending on how we're going, what we're doing, what we got to talk about. Who wants to see the ants? I mean, it's going to be lagging again. It really, really sucks, doesn't it? Let's be honest. I suck at the minute. Well, I just want to show you the ants. Who can guess? Thank you very much, Dino. You're an absolute star. Everyone say a massive thank you and goodbye to Dino. He's a legend. All the links that you need have been posted somewhere in the chat further up. So thank you again, Dino. We'll catch you either tomorrow or the day after, buddy. What was I going to say? Who can guess how many waxworms I put in the tank today, this evening? Right, bear in mind they eat a lot. If you can guess how many waxworms, I will send you a free waxworm. You've got to eat it because we don't want wasted food, do we? 17 antimatters, you're well off. 20, not even close. No, way more than 6. More than 7. Oh, antimatters is close. Jenny, way more than 7. Right, I'm gonna just right. Well done. 40 waxworms. They had 40 waxworms in one feeding tonight, and they're smashing it. Like, not even phased by it. You know what I mean? Just amazing. I love my Polyrhacus dies. I've got more ants coming to the channel soon. I keep mentioning that. It's going to happen really soon, actually. I'm not going to tell you what. I'm going to send you a few waxworms. Send me a message, buddy, and I'll send you. I've got them ready to go out into subscription boxes. So I will send you some free waxworms. But you've got to eat it. That's the deal. And I want to see the video of you eating a waxworm. In fact, we can post that on the next live stream or something, can't we? Or we can get it on a big screen at that exhibition. Yeah, all right. Yeah, all right. I knew it was Mantis. Come on, man. Work with me here. Work with me. Oh, dear. But yeah, I've got loads more ants coming to the channel. I keep saying that. I'm not going to tell you what, but it's going to be super awesome. I'm super excited about my new ants. Yeah, throw it to your Mantis. Yeah, fair enough. I just want to tell you what I'm going to do, but I'm not going to tell you what I'm going to do. You're going to have to wait. You're going to have to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and wait to see what awesomeness I have to come. It's going to blow your minds. It's a new thing, like completely. It's still ants because it's an ant colony, but compared to the sort of colonies that I normally own, you're going to be like, oh, that's a bit different. It's not my normal sort of thing, but I went through it. I like it. I loved it. Yeah. Awesome. Happy days. Yeah. Dave's ants, you reckon you would eat a waxworm? I'll send you a waxworm to eat, but you've got to do it like live on stream on the picnic table. Because we would all love to see that. Well, I don't know, actually. Some people might not be happy about seeing that. I'd watch it, but you have to eat it in one. You can't half eat it because you have to kill it properly. China, they eat lots of bugs. Like around the world, it's quite a common thing to eat bugs. It's just in the UK we don't. Sorry, I'm just burping. That's all the cans of Monster that I'm drinking at the minute to keep me up. So I say about other people around the world, one thing I didn't realise is how many countries actually watch the picnic table. Now, I was watching at the demographics and stuff. 32 different countries sign in regularly to the picnic table. I didn't know that. We actually get viewers from all over the world. They probably don't even know what I'm saying, half of it. But yeah, we get viewers from all over the world all the time. It's really impressed me. We are global picnic table. That's cool, isn't it? But so I expect quite a few of our viewers have eaten bugs. It would be really interesting to actually catch some and talk to them about the experience, because I've not eaten bugs, not not properly. I think as a kid I ate some bugs, but you know what I mean? I never set out my way to have a meal of insects. Not yet. Anyways, the way that food seems to be going, it's quite a possibility that in the like next 10 to 20 years, insects will work our way into our diet. I mean, if World War III kicks off, I think we'll all just be eating what we can get hold of. But let's not get political on the streams because we don't want to go there. Ooh. See, I don't think I could eat a waxworm. I can eat most things, but I don't know. I've put maggots in my mouth. I can get away with maggots, but I know mealworms taste like. Have you eaten a mealworm? Mealworms are even worse. I'd rather eat a waxworm than a mealworm. But then I don't know. Yeah, Bron, let's not eat our colonies. We do not want to eat our colonies. But if we were, honeypot ants, they are the way to go. See, the tribes often do that, don't they? Out in all the different countries, actually, quite common in Australia that they'll have the honeypot ants and suck out the little dew and whatnot. Yeah, quite common. You've eaten crickets. Now, again, crickets and locusts are really commonly eaten around the world. They do like deep fried, they do chocolate covered crickets and all things like that. So that's like, what were they like? Crunchy, I expect, and a little bit gooey, but I don't know. Crickets aren't that bad. Okay. See, again, it's more the idea of it because of our culture in the UK. We're just not used to it. You know what I mean? If it was a regular thing, we'd think nothing of it. If we were brought up eating crickets, we'd probably think nothing of it. But it's because we've got this kind of instant crickets associates with dirtiness, associates with creepy crawlies and things that you don't necessarily like, you know. So instantly in your brain it starts clicking, and it ends up as that. Like, you don't want to eat it strictly because it's a cricket. But there's actually nothing wrong with it. What's the difference between a cricket and a pig? A pig's just bigger. I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain, but you see my point. Everything's food if you're hungry enough. And I'm hungry. I didn't even get my fry up in the end. So after all of that, I said, I'm not even going to bother, right? And I walked out. And what did I have? I shared some of my soup, but even the kids had most of the soup. What did I have? I can't remember. I spent some money on fudge. Like, I got loads of fudge. This shop's absolutely awesome. So I got, what was it? Cherry Bakewell fudge, vanilla fudge, chocolate fudge, butterscotch fudge, and Bailey's fudge. And at the time, he was in there making peanut butter fudge as well. He gave us like a little taster. My God, that was nice fudge. It was still warm and gooey, and yeah, I could eat that all day long. So I did that. We got, you know, those, you know, when they make donuts and then like not shop donuts. Shop donuts are rubbish. And then you get like made donuts and you can smell it. And oh yeah, so we got a load of donuts. That was cool. But I haven't actually had a proper meal. I must have eaten. I don't know. I might have eaten, I might not have, but I know I'm hungry. That's going to be one of my main things tonight, is going to be eating and eating and eating. I eat like 6,000 calories a day normally. I probably haven't eaten that tonight. So I'm going to have a big shake. So in my protein shakes, I have like so much stuff. There's 1,300 calories in one of my protein shakes. I tell you, if you're not prepared for it, you ain't going to be moving for a couple of hours. Like, it just fills you right up. But that's how to get the calories in and put on the weight, which I am actually losing at the minute. I don't know if you noticed, but I started leaning up. There is a reason for it. Basically, I'm not doing certain exercises. I'm doing some other exercises, working on flexibility and mobility, getting ready for another boxing match that could be potentially on the horizon. So yeah, I'm losing a bit of the strongman bulk, leaning up a bit for the boxing and stuff. But we'll see how it goes. I'm still keeping that mass on, still keeping it nice and strong. That's the main thing. But depending on my size and flexibility that I need is what I'm going to be doing. But yeah, you might notice that I've started leaning up just ever so slightly. I've definitely noticed that around the tops of the shoulders, I've probably lost a little bit of size, but nothing too much. Nothing that I'm worried about, or nothing that I can't get back by a little bit of heavyweight training again, which I'm having to hold off of. Probably the worst time, because I've also got another strongman competition in about a month, but we'll be all right. We'll be fine. Oh dear. Right, I'm going to do another duck race. We're going to go for a 5-minute duck race. And we are going to call it a night at the end of the duck race, because I need to get on with a few other things and I need to get to bed, to be completely honest, because I need to be up first thing again. And you know how I am. I'm always busy, always doing something. So we've got 9 people in the chat currently. We got a 5-minute duck race, 9 people in the chat. Choose your number, choose your duck. Let's have a little look at the duck lineup. Duck lineup, duck, yeah, duck lineup. We've got Pirate Duck at the far end. He's looking scary. He's eyeing up the other ducks. He's going to come at them with his hook. We have Red Stripy Duck. He's looking happy. He doesn't really care what's going on. We've got Robber Duck. He's planning to steal the win from all the other ducks. Plain Duck, again, he's just came off the building site by his foreman ducks, let him off. We've got another Plain Duck there. They're probably on their lunch break together. They've gone to get some bread. They've seen the race. They want to get involved. We've got Royalty Duck. Now, Royalty Duck doesn't feel very safe. Although we have got, we've got King and Queen Duck here, but they are being eyed up by Pirate Duck and Robber Duck. Now, they're probably going to run, but whether they run in the right direction of the finish or in the other way, we will have to find out. We've got Holiday Duck. This duck has literally just been on holiday in the little Canary Islands. Just got back, hasn't even taken its sunglasses off, jumped straight in for a race. That's a true athlete. And then we've got Pink Star Duck. Now, as we know, Pink Star Duck is a superstar, world famous for its racing skills. So this is going to be an absolutely amazing race. It's going to be race of the night. So before I do anything else, I'm going to check. Everyone's got their number. Everyone's happy. Let's rock some ducks. Here we go. 5-minute race. As I said, I'm going to call it a night at the end of this because I really do need to get some sleep. I need to get a decent meal in me. And I just don't feel like I should eat a whole meal on stream and try and talk at the same time. We don't want to see me eating on stream, let's be honest. But I need to eat. I can't believe that restaurant, after 20 years of me going to the same place, they really, really let me down. And it was just on service, you know. Like, the food was still amazing. My daughters were really happy. Like, everything. It was just that little bit of service. Like, as I've worked in kitchens before, and if you make a mistake, like if you haven't done someone's order, you put it through as like priority. It doesn't matter if you've got a queue coming out the door, you've messed up. You know what I mean? Like, my kids were already eating whilst they were saying I've got to queue up and then wait 25 minutes. Not going to happen. Now they've lost a really, long-term valuable customer. I wanted to, pass on that tradition to my children. That can't happen now because I'm going to tell them not to go there. Oh, I did not see that the Robber Duck is actually a full-on bandit. He's got a sword. Now, like, between the pirate and the sword fighting bandit duck, we could have all sorts of stuff going on. They could have a little battle. You could see a pirate ship come up behind the pirate duck filled with other pirate duck pirates. You see my point. They can blow us all out of the water. You've got to be careful dealing with pirate ducks. They are known for being sneaky. That king duck, I'm going to say that's the king duck because he's got the bigger crown. Although I don't know if that still holds truth. But in what's the word, chess, the king seems to be taller, doesn't he? Is that right? He's got a bigger crown? And the queen has the pointy up one. That seems about right. It's not sexist. It's just the way it is. The kings get the bigger crown. The queens have the little pointy crowns. And everyone does what the queen says anyways, including the king. So it doesn't matter. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. We've got 2 minutes and 20 seconds left of this race. And yes, that duck is looking dangerously close to all the other ducks with his sword. I wouldn't want to get in the way of that sword when he starts swinging it at the end. Although, that is one thing that I don't think I've ever told you on stream. I had fencing lessons. If someone comes at me with a sword, I'm quite confident I can defend myself. I don't know how all the other ducks would fare, but if a duck came at me with a sword, if a duck comes at me with a sword, I'm probably going to be eating the duck. You know what I mean? But generally, yeah, I actually did fencing lessons for a little while. So I'd like to think if there was a sword involved and I had access to a sword, I could probably defend myself. I might not strike. I might not be good at, you know, but I could probably defend myself, which is quite a achievement. I don't know. If we ever had to go back to the age of knights and horses and sword fighting, boom, I'd kick butt. Yeah, Zorro, yeah. I could do that. What? Oh, I'd have to do like ants. Someone will have to design me like an ants on the rock. It's like swishing logo fit. Yeah, you know what I mean. That'd be awesome. It'd be hard. It'd be awesome though. Like I'd stand there for 10 minutes trying to cut this little shape. Yeah. Right, last 30 seconds now. So I'm going to say a massive thank you to everyone for signing in. As always, it's been an absolutely awesome night. Brilliant interview with Mantis. He's going to be at the exhibition. So make sure you come along, check him out there, check out all his stock and products. Check out his website as well because he's constantly uploading new stuff at the minute. Like you said, he's got some new products coming out. Let's have a little look who's going to win. Holiday Duck takes it home. Well done, Holiday Duck. Joe Dance apparently took number 2 right towards the end of it. Well done. Awesome. Happy days. Let's get rid of that. Brilliant. Right. We're back. We're back. It's just me now. Just me and my amazing hat. Hive Gaming Community hat. They're awesome. Yeah, so again, thank you all for signing in, talking with me. You've been absolutely awesome. Give me a message. Let me know if you need any help, if you want to ask any questions, get any information on anything. Subscription boxes, if you want to get involved. If you're a vendor and you want to get involved in the subscription boxes, then I am still taking on shops to get involved with it because the whole idea is to give you a whole learning process through them, but also introduce you to some amazing ant shops that I would use myself as well. So if you want to get involved, then do it. You know, it's a great product, it's a great service, and it's really going to help people get into the hobby at a whole nother learning level, you know. I love you all. You're all absolutely fantastic. I couldn't do these streams without you. You keep me energized and amused and keep me talking, and you make it so much easier having you guys there. So thank you, honestly, from the bottom of my heart. If there's anything else I can do for you in the community, let me know. You know, I just want to give back to the community, the hobby as a whole. I want to progress this hobby into something more amazing that it really deserves to be. So if there's absolutely anything that I can do for you, just give me a message and I will work my hardest to achieve our goals. But I'm going to leave it there. Don't forget, I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, Twitch, YouTube, Patreon, all of that, all of the above, Discord. Check it out and check out the website as well, because that's evolving. Oh yeah, and on the first of the month, loads of updates go up on the website that I'm saving. So yeah, check it out. Love you all. So as always from me, I will see you again soon, Ant fans. Thank you.